I'm in Berlin for the Vegan Congress, and my name is Edakwili. And as you know, the Edakwili show is about health and lifestyle. So I decided to talk to some people about their lifestyle in Berlin. We're here at the Panorama. It's quite cold. Mr. Anders, please, can you show me some of these things?
Well, we are right in the center of Berlin here at the Potsdamer Platz, and when we look down, we will see that there is at the end, you see the Reichstag, which is the parliament, the federal parliament of Germany, of the Federal Republic, and that's the government district with all the houses of the parliament. And a bit before, you see the Brandenburg Gate, which is the symbol of Berlin, where the wall used to be and where all the big events took place. And from there you have all the embassies, the French and the American embassy. Actually, the big white building there is the American embassy, which was built there. It was the historic place where it used to be before the war. And then you see the large field, which is the Jewish Holocaust Memorial, a very remarkable place. So we are right in the center of Berlin and having all these places in a very condensed manner here.
So what we do here is that we stand here and we see all around is it like a model city? When we stand here at this panorama, it picks up the city.
Well, I think you get really the center, especially what you can see here. This is an area which was not there 30 years ago. At the time of the war, of the wall, it was completely empty, and everything was reconstructed after the unification of Germany. So it is remarkable to see what happened here within the last 25 years.
Only 25 years this was achieved.
Yes.
This is great.
Yes, and we will show you some pictures what it looked like before. There were only 3 buildings left here, not more. And now it's a vibrant part of the city again.
Talk about the tenacity of the human spirit. This is quite awesome. Stay with us. What's your name?
My name is Regula.
Regula. Okay. Why are you here in Berlin?
We come to Berlin very often because we love the city. We love everything. It's very living city.
What was it you really love about Berlin?
The diversity of things. You can see kind of history things. You can see modern things. The city is living. Lots of shows, theaters, everything. It's like the mixture of everything.
Okay, so Berlin keeps pulling you back. How about lifestyle? What is it about their lifestyle that you think really pulls you?
They're just cool. They don't think what other people think. They're just like, in Berlin you can be everything.
Oh, I didn't know that. I particularly love the idea of riding bicycles around. It's a good way of exercising. What do you think?
Yeah, we did a bike tour yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was great to cruise down in the cool parts of the city in which tourists normally don't go. So we could see lots of the real Berlin.
What is the real Berlin, and where is the real Berlin?
For us, it's very important around the Potsdamer Platz because we come here all year for the Berlinale in February. That's the big film festival. And then the Potsdamer Platz is the center of the Berlinale and everything. All the cinemas and things are here.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. We are here at the Brandenburg Gate with my friend Mr. Anders, who is ever willing to show me around and explain things to me. Mr. Anders, please explain this place to me, especially that sign that I've seen, so quite interesting.
Well, this the Brandenburger Tor actually dates from the 18th century, and it's been built like the big gate into the main boulevard of Berlin under the linden trees, which is the Berlin Champs-Élysées, and it was used for triumph when the Prussian army came back from the war. They could march in from here to the palace of the king. You know what you see on the top as you asked me, it's the famous quadriga. It's the Statue of Victory. And the funny thing is, it was built for the Prussians, and then when Napoleon, the French, came to conquer Berlin, they took the quadriga away. It was in Paris for a long time, and when the Prussians, again, Germany conquered France, they took the quadriga back to Berlin. Now it's here again. But today, as we are all the European Union, we are friends together, and now the quadriga can stay here. And this place, 25 or 30 years ago, there was only this gate, nothing else. We were really in the area of the border between East and West Berlin. This was the crucial point. Nobody could attain the gate. The wall was right behind it. From the west we couldn't go there. From the east it was blocked, so nobody could go there. And you can imagine what happened in 1989 when the wall fell down. Everybody wanted to walk through this gate, and people started to dance on the wall and to climb the wall. You have probably seen the pictures on television, and this is the most symbolic part of Berlin. So whenever you speak about Berlin, you see pictures of Berlin, you see this Brandenburger Tor, because it's such a nice place. You see many young people from all over the world coming together here, and it's just a lot of peace and joy and fun to be here, I can say.
We're talking about how to preserve culture and the link to the past and the present. You have it all in it. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Anders. I really appreciate this.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's the end of the show. Oh.
We are at Brandenburger Tor, the city gate of Berlin, and I'm here with
Laura.
from Cologne.
Cologne, yeah, exactly.
So what are you doing here? What brings you to Berlin?
Yeah, I wanted to visit Berlin because it's the main city of Germany and I've never been here.
So what do you find interesting here in Berlin?
Also the people, because of the mix. And I don't know, it's a different culture to other cities in Germany, and it's...
Is their lifestyle different from where you come from?
Yeah, a little bit. There are more people from different cultures, different countries, with different languages. Yeah.
That makes it very, very interesting. What do you find interesting about Berlin?
In the daylight I found lots of green areas, which is very beautiful, and especially now the weather is very nice. And in night, the city is very, how I tell you, it's like full of action and nightlife style. I found it very nice.
Okay, let me ask you, what's different about Berlin and Iran? You come from Iran, right there?
Iran, but I used to live in Dubai too. I grew up there. But I found here much better. I found here much better. A lot of tourist sea sightings you can find here in Berlin, and also the atmosphere is very good for students. So maybe I will continue my studies here. So I'm also looking at.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nice talking to you. Mr. Anders, why did you come to Berlin? I know you have quite some history about Berlin.
Well, Berlin has accompanied me my whole life because I came here the first time more than 40 years ago. I lived here for several periods. Whenever I came here, I felt at home. It has always been a city of people changing, a city of transformation, attracting young people from all over the world, creative people who have new ideas, who want to change the world. And Berlin has been transforming itself so much, especially when the wall fell down, it became a completely new city, merging the East and the West together. And again, being a platform for people from all over the world flooding in. And you realize now, when you walk through Berlin, you can speak English everywhere. You hear English everywhere. It's become a global, international city. And particularly, I know that you are very much interested in lifestyle and in health, and that was my idea, to invite you to discover this city, to come here and to attend this beautiful happening, because Berlin is not only a vibrant city in many aspects, it's also the capital of vegan health style in the world.
Berlin, I must say, is beautiful, Mr. Anders. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is a place that I love to come over and over again.
You are welcome.
Yeah, it's beautiful, I must say.
Yes. And this is also why today we will now invite you to come to the Congress about vegan and vegetarian nutrition here at the Free University. The Free University is also a very special place. You know, Berlin, when it was old, had one big university, the Humboldt University, in the center of the city, a very traditional university. But when Berlin was divided and the east and the center was occupied by the Russians, they took over the university. So they had to create a new university here. It was sponsored and donated by the Americans who freed Berlin, and they created the Free University, and that's where we are, in front of this beautiful architecture of Henry Ford building, donated by the Henry Ford donation in the 1950s, from where now the Free University spread. And it has been always a place of freedom, of renewal, of people who want to change the world. And so we are at the right place here, I think.
That's true, because Berlin, it's always about one festival, one conference, one workshop or the other. A place that you can really learn, improve yourself, and get new knowledge, and so many things going on in Berlin that you are never idle if you are leaning towards intellectual things. I think Berlin is always there to call you, and culture too is there. Fashion, everything, the food, everything is just there.
It is true.
I must say that you have it all here.
Yes, and you always might meet the right people at the right moment.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting.
welcome back again.
Thank you, Mr. Anders. Thank you, sir.
It's the end of the show.
Hello there, my name is Edakwili, and I am still in Berlin for the International Medical Congress for the Vegetarian Nutrition. I am here with Professor van Schradenberg from the University of Amsterdam. I've been trying to get him to give me this interview since last year in Austria, but there was no time. When I met him here, there is no way, just no way I could have allowed him to go. So today I've pinned him down because he's like a walking encyclopedia to talk about knee pain. Let's see how he's going to talk about it. Prof, welcome. And thank you for giving me this interview.
You're welcome.
Please, talk more about yourself. Let the people know more about you, because I just know you as professor, a walking encyclopedia. Tell us more about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm a doctor, a medical doctor. I work in rheumatology, which means everything that has to do with movement, with bones, joints, muscles. That's the kind of diseases that I treat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just know that you're the right person for this topic. You know everything. So let's talk about the knee pain. What is the cause of knee pain? Or what do you call it?
I'm glad you call it knee pain, because many people talk about arthritis. And arthritis is a very general word to describe diseases that are both have to do with inflammation. Itis is the Latin for inflammation, but it's also used for degenerative diseases, which have not so much to do with inflammation. So when you think of an inflammatory disease like rheumatoid arthritis, it can also affect the knee, but the most usual cause of knee pain is the degenerative diseases, so problems with cartilage or damage through an accident, and then the bone starts to deform, and that is what is the most usual cause of knee pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people I know are affected by this pain. Some people can't even walk. They can't walk again. What could be is there a solution to it? Are there things they can do?
Well, mostly knee pain develops later in life, or very young, when people are doing sports and athletic things, and then they hurt their knee. and that is often the basis for damage that is then becoming a problem later, because if you have a damage to your cartilage or to a ligament when you are young, then it might repair more or less, but it's not quite as good as it was. And because it doesn't fit completely, that's the beginning of damage. But you might feel it only 10 or 20 years later. So then the cartilage is so deformed that it starts to give pain. And also people often tend to become heavier with age, and then when there's more loading of the knee joint through the body weight, it can also be a cause of knee pain. So typically more of elderly people.
Okay, for some people that are not elderly, like I've seen people in their 40s that are down with severe knee pain, and they are not overweight, they did not injure their knee when they were young. What could be responsible for it?
Well, sometimes it's the structures around the knee, where the muscles attach to the bone through tendons. So that could be localized knee pain. For instance, here when you have the kneecap here, and then the tendon goes to the lower leg, that's often a place where there's some friction or tension, and then you have a local knee problem, and that could be a cause, and also on the side or on the back. So.
Okay, since we are here for the medical congress for vegetarian nutrition, when we come, I would like us to take a break. When we come back, you're going to tell us if there are any foods we should eat or avoid if one is suffering from knee pain. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
It's the end of the show.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, we are discussing knee pain with Professor Van Schadenberg from Amsterdam University. In case you have knee pain or you know someone that has knee pain, pay attention. You'll be able to help someone one way or the other. Prof, person like me, I love to wear my heels. So what are those things that I can do to help me so that I will not, I will be able to wear my heels?
I'll talk about the heels later. First, I want to talk about something I didn't mention yet, is that the muscles of the upper leg, the thigh, are very important to keep the knee joint stable, because if this muscle is weak, then the joints will move a lot, and it will wobble and it will cause pain. But if this muscle is strong, it will keep the knee together and give it a firm grip. Okay. That's very important. So if someone hasn't used his leg a lot, then he needs to train this muscle, and you can do that with a stretched leg and lift it like that. It's not so difficult, but then you can put a bag of rice,
a heavy thing
okay, on your ankle, and
do I do it only one leg or two legs at a time?
Well, if you do two legs, it's good for your belly muscles.
Okay.
And one leg is at the time.
Okay.
You can change.
I put a heavy bag on this one and keep doing it. Okay.
This makes it strong. And then just for the movement, cycling, as I said, is very good. Okay. Cycling not with strain, because the strain with the weight, like weightlifting and people who are doing bodybuilding, it's not good for the knees because it puts extra load on the knee and the ankle. Okay. They don't like it. Yeah. So that's basically the exercises.
Okay, so if I have knee pain, I should not sit like this. I should always sit this way. Prof, what are the things that we should eat or drink to help us have healthy knees, like taking advantage of this medical congress that we are in now, because it's mainly for nutrition for vegetarians?
Okay, so now I'm talking in general now about the person with degeneration of the knee and being overweight. Okay. That is the average problem. So apart from doing exercises, it's good to lose weight, because people who manage to lose weight, they have less progression over time of their knee problem. That is shown before. Okay. Yeah. So then the next question is how to lose weight. And since we are here in the Congress of Vegetarian Nutrition, there's one of the good news that is told here is that If you have a diet that is mainly plant-based, it is much easier to lose weight than if you have a diet that is just reducing calories but leaving everything as it is, with a lot of meat and dairy products and sugar, high salt intake. All these things add up to what is happening in the body is a low-grade inflammation, where you get more insulin production from the pancreas, and it makes you overweight because all the sugar turns into fat. That's a general problem of modern nutrition. So what we need to do is very simple, is reduce animal food and eat more
of plant-based
food, and no sugar, no refined foods, so unprocessed, natural foods, fresh foods. Yeah. And all the people who do that, they lose weight. Okay. It's quite easy. There's lots of shoes nowadays which have, or sports shoes that have air cushions in the soles, and it's like you are walking on the forest ground. Okay. And the pressure when you hit the ground, it doesn't go all the way through to your back. Okay. But if you don't, if you wear normal shoes, at every step, the pressure will strike through right into your pelvis, and it's also not good for the knee. Okay.
So heels or no heels, there are more to it.
Yeah.
So many things.
Only 5 minutes of heels a day, and good shoes.
Yeah, and good floor to walk on.
Yeah. The floor, you don't want a floor like that inside. It's only.
Prof, when I go to the gym, sometimes I do these exercises with machine that I'll carry like this. I found out that I came down with serious knee pain.
Yeah.
So, but those machines are meant to help your knees to heal. So why did it cause more problems for me?
The thing is that it's good to stretch the legs with power. It helps the muscle, but it also puts stress on the knee. Okay. So if you stretch the knee using power with the resistance here, it's too much stress on the knee. Okay. So to build up this muscle, you need to stretch the leg and then put a weight there and then go up like that.
You don't bend, you just go
Yeah,
up.
You do it with the stretched leg.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I really had to stop that exercise because
it's torture for the knee.
Yeah. Prof, thank you so much. Is there any other thing that you want to add, a bit like a tip or something to help?
Just like I said, move a lot, eat natural, and avoid the elevators, avoid the high heels, and avoid the weightlifting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prof. See you in the next conference, hopefully.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it with me, and try to implement some of these tips and see what a difference it's going to have in your life. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.